I'm a humble person because I have God in me. And when you're humble, you listen. You listen. You listen for things that move you spiritually. And you've done that. You have a beautiful plan here. We're trying to get the nation together to join us. And we have the document. We have the research people. We have the blog videos. You listen on Monday morning, you will get a new service every day on what you do for black children. And all of these people who speak on research days. We don't deal in what we did last week. We deal in what's current. We deal in research people who know what they're doing. All with a doctor, somebody else, they have a doctor to do research. You gotta have a heart. Especially African American children. So to answer your question, we're trying to do this nationwide. And when you come to our conference to deal with things, you're going to get that framework. You're going to see what you can do when you go back. So I asked Gail to send 3 people. Gail requested you to send 3 people. Because there's so much more you can get out of it. So I want to congratulate you. You have it, brother. You have it, sister. We just got to put together a nation. You talk about Malcolm X a lot. About the dollar. So I'm not gonna I talk too much anyway. I just wanted to share that with my guys.
Well, we are going to we have to wrap it up on that too. This young lady here had a question, so I have to try to do her, and then we have a few more minutes, and then we'll have to end it, and then go on to the next portion.
In terms of what you were saying about the agendas, I never hear anything about educating the parents of the black children. It does no good to say we got to educate our black children when you don't have the parents on the same page. They help them learn. I came up with parents that did not finish high school. I finished high school number 2 in my class. So we can't say that my parents did all, but they gave me an atmosphere in which to learn. They stressed that it was important. Everybody I grew up with, all those elders in my community, in my church, said get an education. They believed in it. And I don't think we just educate black children, we have to educate black adults. The parents of these children, the aunts, the uncles, the grandparents. The children have to understand that it's important all over. From the elders who could be 90 years old to the baby who's a year old. But that's what we have to start pushing even more so.
Does someone want to answer that quickly? Because we have 10 minutes and we have to go on.
I'll get it right. I've been in social service for 15 years, teen pregnancy, gang prevention, family focus, Lawndale. And what I found out, this new shift we in, let's keep it real. Mama 30, daughter 15, they're dating the same man. Big mama what? 38? That's where we at right now. So you're right, dealing with those parents. Who is Big Mama and where is Big Mama? And because we don't have Big Mama no more, this thing got run amok. That young girl needs full support, wrap around with those children, whether she had them, how she had them. That ain't got nothing to do with a spiritual village raising a child. And so where you gotta get back, I give Philip Jackson kudos for the Parent University. We need to duplicate that. These schools should turn into Parent University. Your home should turn into Parent University. The churches should be on the morning, Monday, or whatever day turns. So we got to get those young girls and quit blaming them and beating them down because there's no role model. And education ain't important in that house because ain't no education been in that house. So
We got this one. Who goes first? It doesn't matter to me. We're gonna have to wrap it up.
I just want to be brief because I think, from my perspective, I think Brother Terrence, from my perspective, kind of hit it on the head because we can talk about the strategies and it's good. We need to engage 2 things. We've got to get the young people in and we've got to pass the keys and let them start driving. We've got to do some leadership development. So they need to be at this forum to be able to understand how we need to pass the keys and help develop them. The other thing I think is very important for organizations that I work with. I work with workforce investment for 12 years. And out of that, coming in with a commitment, the biggest problem I have with workforce development is we start developing professional students and giving folks credentials with nowhere to go. So that's one thing with money. The other thing, unless we start writing our own legislation, Reverend and I are on this now, we're going to still face the same problem. And the other last thing, we have to do the accountability report card that Saran and their group is doing. Because we've got to educate the people on your politicians and hold those accountable. And so if the law don't work, if it ain't working for us, you change the law. If the lawmakers are not working for us, change the lawmakers. So I'm saying from a legislation, and where we got Terrence here, knows where discretionary funds and things of that nature, no bid contracts and things of that nature. We're not taking advantage of it because we're not in there holding our local officials accountable and getting the report card. So I just want to say, I think that's ties in an action item and steps and where we go from there. Because without the money, you know, we just found out the lobbying aspect of it. And because now it is, and unfortunately it is a pay to play. And Republicans and Democrats act like they don't like each other, but when those bills come out, we see how they come together. So I think we've got to be very focused on.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mike. Yes, sir.
We got to get out of that mode. We got to remember by itself is all you need. You put the agenda, you say, do you support or not? If you don't, you want to get our vote. If you do, now, this is not complicated. This is not complicated. That's what everybody else is. If you go to the black community and say, what you think is going to happen? If you go to the gay community and say you're against gay marriage, what do you think will happen? All right. Why are we so different? We vote on name recognition. We go straight in the ballot box and go straight Democratic. We don't know nothing about the policy. We don't know who he is, what he has done. The worst president we ever had was Bill Clinton for black people. But we still call him first president. Because we don't know that more brothers went to prison under Clinton than any other president. That the welfare reform that's killing our community with the 5-year window was signed by Bill Clinton. Now something else is really, really basic. We can deal with all of the school closings and all the other things. But if you don't have control of the curriculum, where what your children learn in school, see, we tell our children to go get a good education, you ain't going to get one because the education you're receiving is the education to help maintain the status quo. You are not, it is not for the benefit of the African American community, it is for the benefit of those outside the community. Amen. Because we teach our children not entrepreneurship, we teach our children to grow up and get a good job. Where they going to go to work? At a multinational company. They're going to get slapped on the back, sit out there with a gold watch, and his son going to have to do the same thing he did, depending on the benevolence of other people to get him a job. We need to start developing businesses where we can hire and set the criteria for who gets hired. The reason that ex-offenders who are disproportionately African American are underemployed is because somebody else sets the criteria for who gets hired and who gets fired. If we set it, we can say, you're welcome here. But as long as it's in the, because see, if you keep a man unemployed long enough, he gonna go do something stupid with some money. Because he got a wife, woman, a significant other at home, talking about how come you ain't bringing nothing to the table. He only gonna listen to that for so long before he go out and do something stupid. Amen. I'm gonna tell you what's happening. See, you can sit up here and we can pretend like this ain't happening. Right. Now, we got now I'm gonna tell you a little bit about myself.
You know what? I love you, brother, but we only got 5 minutes and we want to get a chance for Brother Cyril to say something. But what you said is on point. I applaud that 100,000.